Hi friends, Juan the Yarn Addict here with another session of Coffee and Cake with Juan. If you're new here, hi, hello, and welcome. I'm super happy that you found me. If you're returning, welcome back. I'm so glad you are here. My friends, Coffee and Cake is a session where I sit here, I drink my coffee, I talk to you guys about all the things while I make cake out of yarn. So here are some examples of cakes that I made from previous videos. This first one here has neon orange on the outside with various colors on the inside. And as you notice, it's perfectly flat on the top. Very, very nice. And there's this one string that goes around. I call that the belt. It holds everything together. Next, we have a peach cake with various colors on the inside there. Again, flat. Very nice. And as you can see, there's the belt. All right. Here's another cake with black on the outside and various colors on the inside. You can't really see the belt with this one, but it's there. All right, next we have green on the outside with a lot of colors on the inside here. I'll talk to you about this in a minute. And then here we have heathered gray on the outside with various colors on the inside there. So, out of the ones that I've shown you, there are several that have thick bands of color, and I have some here that have thin bands of color. So these ones here were no rhyme, no reason. I just threw the colors on there, thinking that like if you took this cake and made a corner to corner, whatever, it would turn out beautiful. Just let the colors fall where they may. These ones here have thicker bands of color, and I actually worked these up a little different than the first one here. So with this here, I did not tie any knots on any of this yarn. So this yarn was meant to be ripped apart and worked up in any way you would like. So let's just say out of the colors in this cake, you didn't really care for the pink, which is my case. I would work the yarn until I got to the pink, and then I could literally just take it right off. It's just a slip knot, so you can take the slip knot apart and take the pink right off of the yarn. So yeah, slip knots. And that's how I'm going to be working up the cakes today. Now these cakes here, I did tie a knot, although I could do a slip knot for this as well. It's just that there are a lot of slip knots for all the color changes here if I were to do it that way. But I made these cakes like this specifically for a cake challenge. So the cake challenge went like this. So if I handed you a cake, you were to take this cake, choose 3 colors to add to it from your stash. It had to match. And you could work this up into anything you want, but you had to use the entire cake. And if you came across a color that you didn't want in any particular sequence, you were able to just slip knot it out, remove it, and then be sure to add that color somewhere in your project. So yeah, that's that. So I will be making more of these today because I plan on handing out some more cake challenges. I thought I had more cake, but I didn't. I ran out very quickly, which is fine because I have tons and tons of scrap cakes and balls and things like that. Some were gifted to me from viewers of the channel, some I had in stash, but nonetheless, here we are. So we have the little balls here. I have the slightly larger cakes here. And then I have a hodgepodge of all the things in this basket right here. So I'm not without colors. I have tons of color to choose from, and I think we're going to have a really good time. But first and foremost, I need a sip of my coffee. On the mug, we have Coffee Then Conquer, right? Because this is a large task at hand, especially when on these caking sessions, I would love to make as many cakes as possible. So once I get started, we're just going to fly from here. So good. Dunkin' Donuts hazelnut coffee, caramel macchiato creamer. It's my go-to. It's my favorite. I talk about it all the time. So I'm going to use the ledge here to house some of the yarns just so that I have room, because I'm using my stand wood and it has this arm that swings around. If anything is in its path, it takes it with it. So I have to make sure that I don't go all crazy with the space here. I have to make sure there's ample room for the stand wood to do its thing. So we're going to start off with this navy blue, and I'm just going to feed everything through the eye, and then the eye over here, and then I'm going to create a slip knot just like that. And a lot of viewers ask, why do I use a slip knot? And the reason is because when I pull the cake from the shelf, I can literally put my hook right into that hole and start working. I won't have to fuss with it. It's ready to go. So that is the reason. All right. So, and we are off. Now, in terms of how much of each color, again, I'm not really measuring. I'm just bird's eye view. Okay, that's enough. Let's go ahead and change colors. So, yeah. And the nice thing about using a cake to make a cake is how I'm holding it. It doesn't go all over the place. It just sits right in my hand, and I can pull as much of it as I want out, which is super nice. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the blue off. And what shall we choose next? I'm not exactly sure, but I'm thinking if I'm using a dark color, I'm going to want to hop over to a light color for contrast. So for contrast, I'm thinking orange. And there's just a little bit of this orange, so I might be able to just get all of this orange right onto our new cake. Again, I'm doing a slip knot here because whoever receives this cake may not want this orange next to this blue. So, yeah, no rhyme, no reason, other than contrast, you know? And in some situations, I may not want that contrast. I may turn around and say, let's put another bright color with another bright color, just because. So that's nice for us. So I'm going to use all of this orange because there's only a little bit left here. So let me just pull that out. Okay. All right. So from orange, where do we go? I'm thinking another blue, but maybe this color here. It reminds me of turquoise, like turquoise. But just looking at this yarn, it is an older yarn, looking for a new home, and here we are. We have a new home for the turquoise. So, if that's even what it's called, it just reminds me of it. I have turquoise right here. Let's see. Slightly darker than turquoise. This is Red Heart Super Saver in turquoise. But in my opinion, this would be more of a turquoise than that. Just, you know, just saying. Okay, let's go ahead and get this started here. Looks like we're caught up. Hold on one second. Let's go backwards here. All right. It happens sometimes, friends. All right, we're no longer stuck. And we are flying, just like that. Now, I did learn, when you make these cakes, you have to try and keep your tension even. If you just let it flop about, it's not going to look so neat on the cake. So make sure that you have a little bit of tension, and your cake will come out just fine. This is nice. Okay. I am feeling the halo that's on this yarn. It's a slight halo, it's not much. But for all intents and purposes, we are doing quite well with this yarn. Okay. When we get to the end of the cake, sometimes it knots up, and in which case I create amigurumi fluff. I go like this. And I keep this for amigurumi fluff, the insides. So from here, let's go ahead and use this color, which I think works nice next door to that. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's pull out that knot. Let's go ahead and tie this. Just like that. Let's make sure it feeds through nice and easy. Yes, we made it. So I'm just going to hold it like this. Oh yeah, this is nice. That's a nice pairing. It's like a burnt orange. That's very nice, actually. Is that about enough? Sure. Alright, so from here, I feel like we need a red. Yes, we need a red. So I have a nice bright cherry red. So we're going to go ahead and slip knot this on. And again, I may like cherry red next to this burnt orange, but whoever receives this might not. So this slip knot is so necessary for many reasons. Okay. Very nice. Wow. I just love how it works up. So nice. Beautiful cake. Okay, we have enough red there. I'm actually thinking maybe we should do some sort of green. Let's do some green. I have green here. Let's go ahead and tie that on. Very, very nice. Slip knot. Let's slide that on through. Now we have green. Very nice. I don't really have much of this, so we may just go ahead and put all of this green on. Let's just see. It's always the end of these cakes. I don't know why. There we go. Okay, so from green, where do we go? Where do we go? I'm going to throw a curveball here and do lime green. So we have lime. So nice. Let's go ahead and do that. I really enjoy this colorway. This lime green, very nice. And then next to this dark green, like how awesome is that? I think I should have stuffed that knot, but you know what? I'm going to leave it alone. Sometimes if you just leave it go, it turns out better than if you were to mess around with it. I'll tuck it in later. Okay, so after that, where are we going? Where are we going, friends? Maybe we should go back to the navy blue for contrast. Yes? I think that would be a great idea. Let's go ahead and do that. I may even throw pink on here. Just because, you know? Let's put pink on after this. I have a very bright Barbie pink. Maybe the outside should be Barbie pink. That's so good. Let's do that right now. We'll do Barbie pink for the outside. Look at that. Barbie pink. Okay. Let's go ahead and do that. Whoops. Whoopsie. Amigurumi fluff. All right. Let's go ahead and get that on here. Just hold the cake. Let it do its thing. Wow, look at that. Oh yes, my friends. That is a nice Barbie pink cake. Now we just need the frosting. And I think that will be the outside of the cake. So let's go ahead and snip that. Let's trim this from there and wrap this around. I call this the belt. Let's place the belt around the cake. Turn this back around so I can see it closer to me. There we go. Whoops. Okay. Very, very nice. Once you have it around the belt, just pull, and there you have it. Okay, so once the cake is done, let's just put the scissors over here. Okay, so we're going to pull this off, just like that. And then from here, we're going to press down. 1, 2, just a few times. Turn it 90 degrees and do it again. And now we're just going to pat side by side, and then we're going to turn it 90 degrees, pat, 90 degrees, and then press down, pat, and pat. And there you have it. It is done. I'm curious to know what the bottom looks like. Ooh, look at that. How awesome is that cake? So good. We did good together, guys. Nice. All right, I'm going to place you guys on a brief pause, set up shop for the next cake, and then we'll go on from there. 1 second. Okay, friends, I am back, and we are going to go with Aaron, this creamy off-white color. We're going to feed this through this eye here, and then through this eye here. Let's go ahead and make a slip knot there to hold on to the cone, if that's what it's called. Cylinder. Cylinder cone. All right. Let's just make sure we don't create yarn barf here. Okay. Let's move this out of the way. All right. Oops. Let me hold that. Okay. Very nice. I don't think I'm going to have a lot on here to start with. You can't really see it, but it's a great starting point for this cake. From here, I'm going to move this out of my way. Sorry, Matt. I'm going to go right to this light blue. I have a light blue cake. We're going to pull from the light blue. Just do that. Slowly we'll feed it through the eyes there. There's 1. And there's 2. Perfect. Let me grab this cake. All right. Very nice. I love this light blue. It's such a great color. I'm not sure if it's bluebell or if it's just light blue, but it's very nice. It feels like Red Heart Super Saver. Okay, so there's that. Now for this cake, I think I'm going to jump to this neon orange here. I had to think about that for a second. Sorry. Let's go ahead and do that. You know, a lot of people have asked me, Juan, why make the scrap cakes? Why don't you just take your yarns and work them up? You can. I just find that this is just a different way to work up the leftover yarns from various projects, you know? We can work with our scraps and leftovers in many, many ways. This is just one of many ways, you know, why not? I like to do corner to corners. I like to do granny square blankets. I like to work up various projects with these scrap cakes, just because it's fun to look at. It's very enjoyable and creative. It's just another way, you know? Perfect. Now, I have worked up projects without making a scrap cake, and it is a lot of fun. I do enjoy that as well. Let me see. No, not that. Yes. Yes, I like that for us. I think we're going to go ahead and do this. So good. Okay, let's feed that through. Yes, this adds a certain level of flair. Love that. Very, very nice. Okay, just enough. Okay, and from here, I'm going to go ahead and jump over to red. I think red would be a very nice complementary color to the colors we've already placed on the cake. So let's do that. Here we go. Yep. I like that. It's so nice. I wonder what project this would look good worked up in. I'm very curious. Probably anything, you know. You could do moss stitch back and forth, moss stitch in the round, corner to corner. Literally anything. From here, where are we going? Let's go to, let's just do this. It's not the ideal color, but we're doing slip knots. So does it really matter if we're going to be able to take it apart if we want to anyway? So the other thing too is everyone has different ways of joining their yarn. The Russian join, the magic knot, many different ways. Me, I do the traditional knot and then I just sew in my ends. I'm not really fancy with it, although I do and should use other methods of tying my ends and things. Let's skip that one for right now. Let's use that. Yes, I like that for us. Okay, so how many cakes are we going to be able to make this session? I have no idea, friends. I'm thinking 4. I'm thinking 4, maybe 4. We shall see. Okay, let's fix this. Okay, perfect. It was twisted. And I pulled from the outside by accident. I shouldn't have done that, but that's okay. We're here. I pulled from the outside of the cake instead of the inside. C'est la vie. All right. Just a taste of that color. Let's try and put some white on. Oh, we started with the errands, so let's not do this. Let's use this color, this coffee color. All right. So let's just make sure we're pulling from the right side this time. We need pressure on that, so I'm going to leave it there. Okay, where are we at here? So this side of the cake is there. Okay. We just had to figure that out for a second, that's all. All right. So we're going to go ahead and tie this color onto the burgundy. There we go. I think I need another sip of my coffee. Yes, this is nice. It doesn't go very well with all of the colors, but isn't that the case with most of the cakes? There's always those one or two colors that shouldn't really be with the other colors. That's fine. That is perfectly okay. Are we going to hop to another color? Or are we going to repeat? Did we already do light blue? Yes, we did. Did we do Barbie pink? No, we did not. Let's go ahead and put Barbie pink on here. Now the last cake we finished with this color, but this is just going to be fused on the inside. Just a smidge of the pink. It's a very vibrant pink. There we go. Look at that. Just make sure it's on there nice and thick. There we go. Perfect. I'm going to pull, yes, I'm going to pull this color. It's like a dusty rose. It's very reminiscent to like the 90s. Very common country rose color from like the 90s. There we go. Yep. Now where do we go from here, friends? Maybe black? Or do we go white? We have the white here, why not? Yeah, let's do white. And then go black for the outside of this cake. Let's do white. If I can grab the center, here it is. Wow, that was easy. I was worried there for a second earlier. I'm like, I don't know if I can find the center of this cake. Fortunately, we found it and we're good. Okay, that white just came right on. Love that. So I'm not going to put too much on here for the white. I'm not going to lay it on too thick because there has to be room for the black. We're getting to the end here. That should be good. So I'm going to set this over here, and I'm going to grab what I have left of the black, which is this, I believe. Hold on one second. Okay. So let's tie this black on. Just like this. Perfect. Once we have a nice thick coat on there where we can't see any of the white, we're finished. And we're at the end of this black cake too, so we have a little bit of caking issues here. Just have to pay attention to this cake down here. Alright, so I just have this little bit left and then we'll finish this cake. I don't want to tie on any more black because there really isn't any more room left on that cake. So let's just go ahead and get the rest of this on. Alright. So there's the belt. I'm going to wrap this around. It's hard to see black on camera, but it's here. We found it. Let's pull that nice and tight. Let's take the top of that off. Okay, let's pop this off. Let's push that center piece down in there like that, and then do our usual routine. We pat, pat, turn. Okay, pat, pat, turn, pat, pat, and then smush, 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 smush. Look at that. Look at that. That's so nice. Yeah. Let's just fix that. Make sure it's nice and even. Okay. Yes, this is a very nice cake. Very nice. We're doing great. Okay, I'm going to place this on a brief pause and then we'll start cake 3. I'll be right back. Okay friends, I am back. I had to refill my coffee. So I have different shades of pinks here for this last cake. So we have this just pink and then a dusty pink. I don't know what kind of pink this is, but it's a shade of pink. Another pink colorway. This is a thicker yarn. It's still a 4-weight, but it's a little thicker. And then I have a pastel pink. I have this country pink, slightly darker. Yeah, wow. Okay. And then I have a burgundy, which I decided to put on for contrast, which I think goes well. Yeah, this goes well with the pinks. And then I have white, and then I have Aaron. So for this cake, we're going to throw all of the pinks together, and we shall see what this looks like. I'm very, very inclined to wonder if this is going to turn out great or not. We shall see. I need to get the pinks out of my stash, so this is a great way to do that. Okay, we're going to set this back here. Let's get started. I'm going to start off with burgundy. Just a smidge of burgundy to get our cake started. I'm going to make sure we're pulling from the right part of the cake here. So let's go ahead and get this fed through. Let's feed this through there just like that. Very good. Okay, I had to concentrate there for a second. All right, so just to start our cake off, we are going to do burgundy. And what I might do is save the rest of the burgundy for the outside of the cake. We shall see. Okay, just to get that started, I'm going to set this right over here, and from here we are going to dip right into this. This is next. I would say pink, but they're all pink. They're all pink, except for the burgundy, of course. for contrast. Whoops. A little bit of yarn barf here. It's burning, it's burning. It's burning. Okay. That's enough of that color. Let's jump over to this colorway here. Where are you? Let's see if I can find you. Yep, there you are. Fuzzies are in the air, friends. Fibers. Okay. Very nice. All right. From here, let's go on to this thicker pink. This is definitely not Red Heart Super Saver. It is an older pink, slightly thicker. It's an Aran thickness, like a thicker 4. All right, let's go ahead and tie that knot on there. Let's just get that down there. Okay. That's the end of that one. Is this amigurumi fluff? Yes, it is. Alright, so from here, let's go to this darker rose color. I have it sitting very carefully to the side. Alright. Here, let's go to this pastel pink. Okay, I'm not well versed on all the pinks, but I do know there's many people out there that love this pink. They love all the pinks. So this is perfect for them. Should I use all of this? I think so. I think I'm going to use this whole cake. Just like that. That turned out nice. Oops. I went a little too fast. Okay. So from here, let's go back to this medium pink. Yeah? Why not? I don't know the colorway name of this, unfortunately. I'm just going to call it medium pink. I should do one in the purples. I think that would be really, really nice. Wow, you can see it already, those variations. I pulled the scissors out already. I'm like, amigurumi fluff. Okay. Use the rest of this. Very nice. Okay, yep, amigurumi fluff. I don't fuss with that. Let's put that back next to the coffee. And before we go, well, we have a little bit of space left. So before we close out this cake, let's go ahead and put on a bright pink or a powder pink, or I don't know what that is. I don't know what this colorway is. It's just pink. I'm going to take the pink off and put pink on. Okay, good enough. And Now let's finish out the cake with burgundy. Oh yeah, this is a good cake, my friends. I know tons of people who will want this. I know tons of people who want the cake already. It's not even done yet. All right, let me take this off. And I'm gonna tuck it under. Just like this. Hopefully it pats down flat, because this is a nice cake, you know, construction-wise. Okay. Let's go ahead and take that off. Let's pop this off. I think it imploded. Yeah, it imploded. It wasn't meant to be a flat cake. Well, it's still okay. Can I repair it? Let's see. Oh my stars. That's okay. There is a way to fix this. I'm going to show you. So whenever your cake does this, let's just say you take it off of the ball winder and it looks like this. See that? Okay. You're not going to want this like that. So let me place this on a brief pause, and I'm going to recake the cake. I'm going to show you how to fix this. All right. 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay. So to fix this, we're going to recake this. And we're going to pull from the center. I'm setting it up here so we can see. So we're going to feed this through. And feed this through the eye. Just like that. See, normally I wouldn't fix this, but I do know lots of people who will want this, and I can't give them this cake in good conscience looking like this. So, let's do the things. I'm going to hold it just like this. And we're just going to rewind this entire cake all in one fell swoop. I don't know why it does that, but every once in a while the tension of the cake causes it to, I don't know, go concave. I don't know what you would want to call that, but yeah, you just recake it. And 9 times out of 10, when you go to recake it, it turns out just fine. So we shall see. Hopefully the tension stays even throughout the entire process. So far, it looks okay. The center with the burgundy looks a little concerning to me, but hopefully it stays put, which I think by all accounts at this point we're okay. So, alright. And the colors are flying on, so our slip knots are not a problem going through the eyes. Very nice. Let me just sit this down. Say it's actually, I don't know what that is, but it's not how we want it to be. There's lots of fuzzies in the air. I don't know if it's picking it up, but yes, lots of fuzzies. Wow. Maybe I wound it too tight and that's why it did that, because this is almost full already and there's all this yarn left. We shall see. I'm hoping we can get all of this back on here because it's a beautiful cake. Yeah, I think the tension was a little too tight, which caused it to do that. Tight is okay, but too tight is not okay. It pushes the insides up. I don't know. It's being fixed. So we're good. Wish this burgundy wasn't going to give us issues, but that's okay. We're figuring it out. No amigurumi fluff, please. No amigurumi fluff. Okay, so here we go. We're going to try that again. I'm going to pull this off. Let's create the belt just like this. Let's take this off. Let's fix that. Let's take this off. All right, here goes nothing. All right, let's push this down. 1, 2. Please be good. Please be good. Okay. Yes. 1000% better. This actually looks like a very nice cake. All things considered. I mean, it is pink. It is pink. Look. Very, very nice the second time around. So there it is, my friends. Let me pull out the cakes. We had that one. Let's see. We did this one. Did we do this one? No, we did not. We did this one, I think. Yes, we did do this one. I did some in between takes, so I'll show you all of them. And then, of course, we have this one here. Isn't that beautiful? So those are the cakes. I think I made one of these in between takes. I'm not exactly sure. But let's bring up the rest of the cakes. Let's bring up all of the cakes, right? It's so nice. Okay, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let's just bring up all of the cakes. So good. Anyway, we'll set this right. No, we can't see that. I'll back it up a little bit. Let's take this off. We have to look at all the cakes, you know? Let's put this off to the side. There we go. Actually, let's turn it like that. It'll create like a stopper. And just showing off the cakes, my friends. These are just some of the ones that I have. Anyway, my friends, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button, leave a comment or two. I would definitely appreciate the support. So that is all for this video. We had some coffee, we made some cakes, and we had a good time. So until the next one, take care, friends. Bye.